What's up, my people? We got a real CEO in the building. Mr. The doctor.
Don't start, man.
Man, who? Man, you know for the start.
Don't start. Hey, man, give me one of the waters over there, man. Can I share? You gonna share?
Nah, go get your own water.
All right, I'll do that. That means the podcast got in. You got to put it on pause.
No. I gave you an opportunity to get your water. You want to strike.
Man, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
This is my last time.
You gonna be neighborly?
It's my last time.
That's my man there. He neighborly.
So we got the CEO of the Birmingham Urban League in the building, Mr. William Barnes. Phillip High School's finest. Or
Red Raider.
Or whatever that means.
Yeah, you know. It's what it is. Red Raider for life, man.
That's your problem.
I'm just saying.
That's up to you. That's up to you. I mean, you would. But, so we're going to start off with William. We're going to get inside his head, as we always do. Y'all know how we do. And we're going to see what he got going on. See what the Red Raiders got to offer. So, William, what elementary school did you go to?
Man, I actually went in the county. So I went to Fultondale Elementary and then Bragg Middle School. For those who don't know Bragg, that's, the feeder school of Fultondale and Gardendale.
Okay.
And by the time I got ready to go to Gardendale, man, I just had a unique urge to be with my people. So I petitioned my mom.
You got woke.
I guess so, man. I'm doing whatever it is. No, man, seriously though. I have been in the county for a while, and my folks attended Phillips and did both music and sports. So it was something I wanted to do, man. So, my mom was hesitant initially, but it was a tradition. Some of my folks were the first people to integrate Phillips. I can't remember the year. And then I had, several cousins and aunts that went through there. So I was like, look, man, I want to continue the tradition. So Red Raider bound. I transferred my 9th grade year.
So you went to Phillips. Did you go to any college?
Yeah, so man, I went to University of Alabama.
Oh yeah.
But uniquely, I'm a War Eagle fan. I got a story to tell. Can I tell my story?
Yeah, because you said fan. I said, where did you go?
Yeah. I went to UA.
All right.
But I'm a War Eagle diehard. I used to drive, for those who may not remember, man, I used to drive a blue Sunbird.
Not you.
On the university campus.
Not you.
Yeah, when it was loud, I think it was my sophomore year.
Yeah.
Blue Sunbird with orange pinstripe. Back then, pinstripes on cars was the thing. You remember? Am I dating myself?
You're a little older than me, I think.
Pinstripes.
So a stripe down.
Little stripe, right?
Oh, okay.
Little stripe, brown. Yeah, man.
Little design in it.
Every homecoming, man, they messed my car with the spray paint, all that other stuff. And that wasn't real spray paint. It was that stuff you get out, right?
Yeah.
But, they messed it up. They messed me up, man. So, yeah.
At UA?
At UA.
Now,
it was close. So people ask me why. So UA was closer to home, 45-minute drive. But my family been Auburn fans all their life.
That's it.
Hey, look, man.
So
it's coming.
Let me tell y'all.
It's coming. It's coming.
William, yes, he's the CEO of the Urban League, but he my friend, and we cuts up. Just like R.I.P. to my good friend, Darius Hilliard.
Absolutely, man.
We used to cut up something awful.
Absolutely.
Woo! Well, hey, me and Darius, we shut down Ruby thing one night.
Look, bruh, I spoke at his funeral, man.
Oh, I know you did a great job, too.
And, I appreciate it, man. It was tough, but I had to clean it up, right? So I think I said something like, Darius is one of the few people that can go from the neighborhood to the White House.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say, who's in the church, is that Darius is one of them brothers, man, with true brother that can go from the trap house to the White House.
Yeah.
Easy transition, walk with the president and walk with, anybody in these streets, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just one good dude.
Yeah, he was a good
dude. So yeah,
dude.
man, that's a Gaben Hole. Gaben Hole, we lost we lost a soldier in the community.
We did. And he brought the city out too.
Everybody, a lot of people I don't feel like really appreciated the Darius until after, unfortunately, he passed. But I can tell you, bro, real brother.
Yeah, we used to, man, we used to cut up something awful.
I know a few of the stories. I don't know if you want to share them.
Man,
I know a few of them.
Man, we used to cut up something awful. That dude, man. They be like, y'all friends for real?
Yeah, man.
Like, yeah, that's my dude.
Yeah.
It was like, what's his name? Caveman and the basketball coach. Caveman and
I don't know.
Now
you about to date yourself.
I think Fairfield and Parker coach, they used to stay at it.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man, they used to stay at it, man. They were friends.
Yeah,
man. So you went to UA, and I know you tried your hand at politics in a lot of different ways, and
I ran for city council. I was 24 years old.
Okay.
I'm from the north side over Hoover City.
You were 24?
24 years old.
Okay.
24 years old. Came in third. There were two people that had it on lock at the time over there. Everybody had kind of their voter base, and I was proud of those accomplishments, man. I ran, just kind of out of that space, and then took a stint at a run. I think at the time it was Commissioner William Bell, and he ran for mayor. So when he won mayorship, I ran for Jefferson County Commission, and just barely made the runoff. Against, and in that race you had George Bowman and Jonathan Austin.
Oh yeah, that was a strong race too.
Yeah, it was a strong race.
Yeah.
And I had but it was so many people voted for me that I don't even know who they were. I'm so, it was just humble. It was humble.
And that meant,
I looked at the ballot. It was like 1,900 folks. Like, wait a minute, I don't even know if I touched 1,900 people. But I always wanted to just serve, and so God said, "Hey, look, man, that ain't necessarily the path He wanted for me at that point in time."
Then you ran for state house or something.
Well, that was on some other stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because I was working for the city then.
Oh, okay.
And so that was on some political stuff, man.
Okay.
That wasn't never really something that I necessarily wanted to do in that space. So council and commission was something that I really had an interest in because it was close to the people. And I could wield resources in those two spaces. You get to the State House, you more on the legislative side. You can bring some dollars in, but you're really more affecting just the policies of it, man. I don't think we really understand that. We got to go back to Civics 101. A lot of people don't understand, and I don't think we have enough conversation about just kind of the different roles in them spaces. But
a lot of people don't, they don't know. Like, so voting to me is tricky. When I look at voting, man, a lot of people don't know who to vote for. They don't know the amendments because, I don't understand why people who running for office don't put this stuff out to say, hey, these are the amendments. Because really, when you get to the polls, it's like,
it's in and out, right?
Yeah,
I didn't even know this was on there, right? I didn't know
that's how they get a lot of stuff past us. Because we just trying to go to work, we just said, okay, whatever. All right, okay.
Yeah.
And then you look up, you're like, you voted for it though.
Right, at the end of the day. I mean, you say we don't know who to vote for, but I don't want to get too deep into this space, man. Politics control every part of our life. And unfortunately, I think we get to the point where we feel like, ain't nobody going to do for me, and everybody that's in politics is rotten and corrupt. Ain't true. 90% of the people that go into politics, from my perspective, I talk to them every day, man. They got a good heart. They want to do the work. You got that 10%, and I know we got some politicians that hit the news, and all of a sudden now everybody kind of put in that same boat, and then it discourages us from coming out.
But what I was saying was like if I was to run for office, right, and run for one of those big seats, I would educate people on the amendments too that's coming up. Like, hey, this is what this amendment means. This is what you need to vote for. Because they never do that. Man,
you gonna lose, man. That's what you're supposed to do. But guess what? They too busy trying to get in the seat than to educate folks. To your point, man, they be too busy trying to win the race before they trying to educate the people. So you got some people that want to educate, the public as they do it, but they really want to get the seat. So they ain't focused on trying to educate you on the amendments. They focus on trying to be sure that you vote for them. And that's their primary focus. Then now, once they get elected, then they may want to come back and say, well, here's what they're trying to do down here. Sometimes it's too late.
But let me say this.
Yeah.
If I was to run for office, I wouldn't lose.
I heard you, bro.
Okay.
Let me back up then. Let me back up then.
My friend, preached a sermon one time. Said, "Know who it is that you're talking to."
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Anquan. Yeah, he know. he preached a sermon. He said, "Know who it is that you're talking to." I wouldn't lose. Trust me.
What you gonna do, man? You gonna put your name in there?
No, they know.
They ain't something you want to do.
They don't want me to run.
Okay.
They know.
All right. I believe you, man.
Yeah.
You know a lot of folk, bro.
Yeah. But
help a lot of people.
And I ain't got to spend no money.
Okay.
So
you heard it first.
Yeah.
So he ain't raising no money.
I ain't got to raise a dime.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up.
They'll do. Appreciate y'all.
There you go. Y'all heard it here first. We're going to get some breaking news pretty soon. I don't know.
I ain't
2 years, 3 years down the road.
I ain't running for nothing.
Let's see what Q gonna put his name in.
Sir. What I do understand is this right here.
That
when you in office, just say like city council, something like that. When you in office, when you just say I'm District 1, and somebody called me to help in District 5, it's kind of like stepping on toes.
But it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, but it is.
People don't remember that the city council used to be at large, which means that you're supposed to serve everybody.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just tell you something, man. You remember the movie Drumline when they said one band, one sound, and then right after one band, one sound, we the tuba sections, and the tuba was da 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 da. You go to the drum line. The drum line has a heartbeat. The band don't move with. I'm gonna tell you, man, that is not the right mentality.
I know it's not.
You know what I'm saying?
But it
pains me to see.
That's how it is.
You know, it pains me to see when you have such a focus, and really the biggest reason why is because you are hyper focused on the people that's gonna keep you in office. So you ain't worried about folks in District 2 if they can't vote for you in District 1. But the issue is we one city. And we got major problems across the city. And listen, whatever the issue is in West End, it's the same issue in Ensley. And if we combine resources and really put our minds to it, we can solve the problems, unilaterally, or not unilaterally, but together, as opposed to just doing it individually. So
I get it, but in reality, that's how it is, right?
It's something different.
But I don't care because I can go. Hey, my name good in the trap house, in the church house, and in your house. You know what I mean? So I'm good.
I got you.
So now, we got you out of college. We got you through your stint in politics. I know you said you did construction or something like that at one time.
No. I owned a technology company.
You own a technology company.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back when computers, you had desktop computers, when Dell and Gateway and all those folks were out there competing, HP. I had a technology company that actually went out into people's homes when they had issues. So they didn't have to take their systems into, I guess what you say now is a Best Buy, right? They didn't have to bring their systems in. I sent technicians out to people's home and did training classes. So some of the elderly, people that are just in the community that had computers and needed help and support and didn't have transportation to get it where they needed to go, or simply didn't want to take their stuff apart. I'd send technicians out to fix the stuff.
So you had your own first geek squad.
Yeah, man. You're right. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, I was a little bit of a nerd. Yeah.
That's the geek squad that go out in the cars.
That's right.
And go
I ain't seen them as of late though. Most of I see a few cars out there, but yeah. And then of course now laptop, everything's disposable now. Everybody doing laptops.
You can do so much stuff off your phone.
Yeah, man. I saw that writing on the wall. It was time to kind of do something different. Yeah.
So after you did the tech company, then what?
So I went into banking.
Okay.
Right, and so that's where I learned all about finance, and probably is what really just put me on the road that I'm on today. Just really about learning about money, something that a lot of folks in our communities don't get taught. When I think about my dad, rest his soul, when I think about him going to work every day and getting burns, he worked at a pipe shop called McWayne Pipe Shop.
Oh yeah, Mom.
But his focus was definitely to provide for his family, but didn't really have the thought about how he could, or how well he was going to do in retirement or estate planning, how he was going to make sure that there was something left for either his kids or his grandkids. And so what I know about our white brothers and sisters on the other side, man, is a lot of them plan for their grandkids. They don't even necessarily hand it down to their kids. So the generations are always taken care of. Mm-hmm. So if you got, if you're a grandfather, the kids are good because their grandfather and grandmother took care of them. So now the grandparents then take care and plan for the grandkids, and that gives you 2 generations that are covered at any given point in time.
Yeah.
Man, that's real. It's real.
Oh, yeah. We just talked about it last night.
Yeah.
I had Jawan Thomas on from the Thomas Group Insurance Agency. Yeah, that's what we was talking about.
Generation, man, we got to get it. I mean, we continue to talk about the problems in our communities, in our country. Yeah, we done heard it and said it till we blew in the face. We don't spend our dollars in our own communities. Mm-hmm. So there's a little bit that we can do to get us back on track and to try to catch up. Yeah. But let me say this real quick, because I think and I don't want to preempt it, man, but there is a report that's out that talks about how far blacks are behind whites, mm-hmm. and how long it'll take us. I'm going to share that when you get, because I think you want to ask me about this Urban League stint that I got into, but I want to share that.
No, I got a few questions. I want to know what's next. What came next after?
Yeah.
After
so Urban League. So after the banking, I then went to City Hall. Okay. And so I always had that heart for service. So when I did, when I owned my own company, what I started out by saying is, hey, look, I was helping, elderly folks learn about computers, people that may have not had systems, so we would donate systems and all other stuff. Went into banking, did that for about 5 years, and then went to City Hall. So I was at Birmingham City Hall for 7 years and worked for former Mayor Bell. And so it was there that I continued to work in just community work.
So then Urban League.
Then came Urban League.
So tell us your role and what you have done as far as community. You helped with computers.
Yeah.
you had a tech company. Well, you had a tech company.
Yeah.
Then you helped with finance. Mm-hmm. Now you're at the Urban League. Tell us about your role there.
So man, let me say this: the Urban League is kind of the stepchild of the civil rights movement. Mm-hmm. People, when you think about the Urban League, you really don't associate it with civil rights or social justice, mm-hmm. right? First thing that come to mind when you talk about civil rights is NAACP and SCLC. And so we are a brother or sister organization, depending on how you look at it. Mm-hmm. Most people don't know that the Urban League was involved with the March on Washington. So you go back and look at those black and white pictures of Dr. King on the Capitol. They actually planned, some of the planning meetings were at the Urban League headquarters. Mm-hmm. So we've been around for a minute. Our lane is different. Our lane is really the lane that before Dr. King left. And I know you crack up when you heard me say this. Right, before Dr. King left, he was talking about silver, not civil, but silver rights, money. Mm-hmm. And he said in a speech, tell the government we coming to get our check. And from my perspective, the Urban League has been focusing on economic empowerment since that time. They began to do it a little bit before that on housing, making sure that we had that people of color had housing, jobs, and economic empowerment, being able to control their own destinies. And so that continues to be the work, man. As a matter of fact, the reason the Urban League actually even exists is because people were fleeing from the South, going up north. Most of our families got the same story. We were here in Alabama, going up to Michigan, and all those other places looking for kind of refuge from these Jim Crow laws. They got up there and found out, man, they were facing the same stuff. There was discrimination up there, it just wasn't as bad. So the Urban League was founded, I think it was 1910, to really address and help people find good paying jobs and clean, affordable housing. And unfortunately, that still maintains to be our issue today, man. That's still our focus, it's still the mission. Because we got so many of our people out here that still need a good place to stay. Mm-hmm. That's making it hard. I mean, rent right now is ridiculous. Yeah. We're not able to make the money we need to make to be able to pay for it. So, man, we're still doing that work. So, when I think about the Urban League and making sure that people understand that it absolutely, one, is a civil rights and social justice organization first. We still advocate. Mm-hmm. We still going to be sure that when stuff happens in our communities from a legislative perspective, from a legal perspective, that we right there in the game to be sure we fight against those policies. But more directly is providing direct services. So, when the pandemic hit, man, we put about $20 to $30 million on the street directly. A lot of people said Urban League got money. No, we ain't got no money. When they gave us that money, we had to put it in trust, right, in a trust account, and then we had to write checks back out to the community. And we're just fortunate, man. It was God blessed the organization, because we don't typically, as black organizations, just like any black businesses, we don't typically get those chances to get that type of money to be able to help our people. And so we were able to do that, man. I just thank God for the opportunity to be able to do it.
Well, I'm gonna stop right here.
Yeah.
Because I want to say something. I want to make a statement. So while we're right here, I want to tell you, please support the Birmingham Urban League, the NAACP, the UNCF, the Civil Rights Activist Committee on 4th Avenue, the Foot Soldiers. Any more organizations?
They got it. You did say NAACP, right?
I did, yeah.
SCLC.
And the SCLC.
Yep. I mean, listen, man, all those organizations are still around.
Please support them and get a membership card. Get a membership card. And if you can make a donation, make a donation. But please support these organizations, because these will be the organizations that will help you when you get in your time of need, that will help you when you have legal troubles. These are the organizations that you'll have to go to. So please support these organizations. The statement I wanted to make was the Urban League, and I saw this firsthand when people had when the COVID hit, and the Urban League was helping pay bills, but a lot of people didn't understand it wasn't just the Urban League, it was the city of Birmingham and the county. And the state. So they got mixed up sometimes, because I heard people say, well, they won't help me with it. I'm like, where you stay at? Okay, that's not the Urban League, that's Jefferson County. Yeah. You know, you have to go through. I didn't know the state. I really didn't know the state. Yeah, but I knew the city in Jefferson County. I didn't know the state though. Yeah, I mean that was. So explain that part, because that was I saw. That was a big issue, man. Look, we didn't help everybody because we couldn't help everybody for a number of different reasons. It may have been where, to your point, geographically where you lived, we couldn't help. We started out helping people in the city of Birmingham back in 2020. That first grant allowed for us to be able to do it. But let me just be very clear on how it works going forward so people will know. That's not just the deal that we had. My understanding is that any grants that come down for this area, because the city of Birmingham has a certain level of population, they get their own dollars. And so what happens is, because the city of Birmingham gets its own dollars, then what they don't do is allow Jefferson County to then double dip, or the city of Birmingham double dip by getting Jefferson County dollars as well as the city of Birmingham. So when we were administering the program, the way it worked is we could help everybody in the county. And started the cuss right there, right? We could help everybody in the county but the city of Birmingham, the people that, you know, that were in city proper. Now, there's a whole lot of people you got that included Midfield, Fairfield, Bessemer. So we were still helping our people. We just, based on the federal law and how they set up the actual grants, we had to work with folks that were outside of the city of Birmingham, and then allow city of Birmingham to administer their funds to the and that's how the grant worked. That's how the grant worked. There was laws, there were federal guidelines. Like, we couldn't do anything else. We couldn't. You weren't eligible for those dollars if you lived inside of the city of Birmingham. Yeah, because I know I called a lot, and most of the work was with Darius on something like that. Like, and we he was like, well, you know, what area do they work in? I mean, not live in. Do they live in? Right. And so we was able. That was the number one fact. I mean, look, man, we have 9,000 families. 9,000 people. That's a lot of people. Got helped by that program. And so, unfortunately, you know, they ran a story, you know, I won't call the news channels out, man. They ran stories. They didn't run the story on how many people we saved from being put out on the street. They ran the story on those individuals that didn't get the help for one reason or another. Yeah. It could have been that, you know, paperwork might have not necessarily been in order. That's a big factor. It could have been that, to your point of, hey, was it the city of Birmingham? Was it Jefferson County deal? There could be a number of different reasons. And so that's what they ran the story on. Not highlighting the fact that the program helped that many people. And here's what it does. You know, I can take it. I got thick enough skin. But what it does is that it limits black organizations from being able to get that opportunity again to help our people. Because I'm going to tell you, majority of those funds
went to communities of color, without a shadow of a doubt. It went to black people, went to African Americans. It went to people to help. And if we continue to do it that way, man, you know, anything could potentially happen if we don't do it the right way. So it needs to be highlighted.
Yeah. I mean, only reason I know, like I said, only reason I brought that up because I know I saw it firsthand.
Yeah.
Because I was in the building. And I saw the cause and I saw the help that was being given. I'm like, man, I thought that was like a great
thing. A lot
thing,
of people,
you know,
man, a lot of people. And I'm just thankful that we were able to do it. So we just got a new grant that's coming online, another $1 million to help the citizens of Bessemer. Okay. So if you live inside the city of Bessemer just set aside another $1 million. Shout out to the mayor and the city council over there. That program is going to probably kick off somewhere in April. They can go to the website for those, you know, if they got fam or you live in Bessemer. It's got to be the city of. Then there's some aid that can help you both with your mortgage, I believe, your utilities, and rent.
I don't know
still out here helping people.
But now I got to reintroduce y'all. But Councilman Jarvis Collier, remember I introduced you?
Yeah.
So we got to link y'all back up.
Okay.
And Mayor Ken Gully.
Yep. Absolutely.
I met him through Councilman Collier.
Okay.
And Councilman Collier is a barber too.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
He's a barber. Yeah, he actually used to be my boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Before he became city council.
I didn't know that. All right.
Yeah. So I'll reintroduce y'all, link y'all back up.
Yeah.
So that way y'all can work that. Because
we got to continue to do it, man.
He really is doing the work down there in Beltsville.
Yeah. Really I think, again, April will be our launch day to begin helping people in the area. So, yeah, excited about that opportunity.
Yeah, that's good. That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
So after the grant, so what do you got next, like, coming up?
Oh, man. So, as of July, we will be renamed to become the Alabama Urban League. They cover the entire state of Alabama.
Because I know you was trying to work on something in Montgomery, right?
Yeah. So now not only Montgomery, but Huntsville, Tuscaloosa, Mobile. Yeah, we cover the whole state, man. So looking to try to do more of the same and helping people. Most people don't know that even our folks are moving. So the city of Birmingham, as the last census reported, is no longer the largest city in the state. The metro area is. Don't get it twisted. There's 1.1 million people when you talk about Birmingham, Hoover area, right? And I don't think that that's going to change anytime soon. But specifically as it relates to the cities, Birmingham is, or has, I don't know if they've changed the cycle, is now no longer the city with the most people that lives inside of it. So what did that mean? When we looked at it, we went up to Huntsville, we started looking at Montgomery and Mobile, our people are there as well. And so they need just the same amount of help as we have here. So we're going to continue to try to do, the work that we can do here. We're providing job opportunities, making sure people making more than $45,000 a year at minimum. That's a minimum. That should be the demand and the standard for everybody that works in this city. And so we're going to do that here, and we're looking at doing it in those other cities as well.
One thing, too, I kind of got a little ahead of myself. You just became what did you just become? So
just got appointed to the National Urban League trustee board. So I head up and really oversee all of the CEOs for the nation.
So shout out to Mark Moriel.
Yeah.
I like him, man. He's a pretty smooth fellow, man.
He is, man. Yeah. Mark is celebrating 20 years at the head of the National Urban League. Okay. Dynamic leader, man. He was former mayor of New Orleans. He was the mayor when Essence Festival started.
Oh, really?
He was the mayor, so he
that's
was
why
involved.
Like a king down there?
Hey, man, he was involved with the first Essence Festival. So, shout out to him for helping to make that a reality for us. It is probably the largest black festival.
Yeah, he need to show us some love when we come to New Orleans too, man.
Yeah, okay.
I ain't just talking about national. I'm talking about we come for the
anytime, right?
Yeah, man. He need to roll out the red carpet for us.
Anytime. Well, if you're rolling with him, you will. You got to be there when he gets there.
I'm saying when we get there, he need to have a car served, everything for us.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You heard me, Mark. Hey, when we get there, you need to have everything, food, everything.
Hey, man. I'll make sure he hear that. I'll be with him next month. I'll make sure I let him know.
So when is national?
So the National Urban League Conference, I strongly invite folks. It's going to be in New Orleans this year.
Okay.
And so that conference is made for our communities so that we can come together and see and talk about our challenges, our successes. We party hard, but we work harder. we have different conversations to bring resources back to our community. So it is July the 26th through the 29th in the great state of Louisiana. We're going to be in New Orleans, and it's going to be a good time, man. So I invite everybody to go out. You can go to nul.org if you're interested in information.
nul.org.
nul.org
Okay.
if you're interested in coming down to New Orleans and seeing what it's all about, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we covered everything?
I think we did, man. The only thing, I want to make sure, one, I appreciate the opportunity, Q, man.
I appreciate you.
This is about getting information out.
Yeah.
And so when you talk about getting information out, what people need to know, you talked about plugging into Urban League, NAACP. We still here, man.
Yeah.
People ask the question, where are these organizations, what they doing? I want to remind people that when they were at the height, when the Urban League, NAACP, SELC were at the height of their, of their work, it was due to people plugging in, right? So the question becomes is are you associated with any of these groups, and are you participating in any of the things that are out there when there's a call to action? If you're not, then that's why you're likely not seeing. But we still there, and we still working, still talking. So yeah, I mean, plug into us, man. Listen, let me just end with this. What are our services? Folks that need housing, even though we may or may not be able to pay bills directly, we still help people save their homes every day. Through mortgage modifications and things of that sort, we still do it. Reach out to us. You got a young man or young woman that's looking for a job, or even if you've lost your job, we have opportunities. We got this clean energy deal that we have going on right now, man, where we have jobs set aside through training with Spire and Alabama Power. We're the only ones doing it. So if you're interested in getting on with Spire as a career, or interested in getting on with Alabama Power, reach out to us, brother. So what I'd say is that make sure folks understand that we're a resource. Use us. The whole purpose of the Urban League is to be used as a tool to be sure our communities are made whole.
Well, man, we appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man.
Always, my
hopefully I come back. I don't know. We're gonna check audio now. You might have to have me back.
Might. I mean,
we'll check with check our audio.
I tell everybody, this is my small homeboy.
Yeah.
The one that made it. I'm gonna do something, and I had to write this down.
Yeah.
Because I believe these folks need a shout out, and I don't know all of them. So if you can just inbox me and let me know if you know one. But like I said, I don't know all of them. But Curtis Starks.
Okay.
He just started the Warm Up podcast. So go check him out.
Okay.
Then we got Ivan Williams. He got Creed 63.
Yeah.
Check him out. Good podcast. Good fellow. And we're gonna try Pressure 23 Radio. Go listen. All these guys have just started. They're not just started, but they're doing their thing. So go check them out. And I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, as always, Green Acres Chicken Downtown, Green Acres Chicken Inslee, and Green Acres Realty Enterprises. Also, Blaze Hookah Lounge. And we want to give a shout out to Partners Tires, Yo Shelf Surf and Turf, and the Foot Soldiers Organization Civil Rights Activist Committee on 4th Avenue downtown next to Green Acres. If you want to volunteer with the Foot Soldiers, get in touch with our chairman, Ms. Paulette Porter. And as we said again, please support the Birmingham Urban League, the SCLC, the NAACP, the Foot Soldiers Organization, and all the organizations that's out here that's trying to do something to help and give back. So with no further ado, we're going to let the king get back to his throne. And we appreciate
this is my throne right here, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.